Drones might be the face of modern war, but the concept dates back to the 1800s. It's pretty wild to see how far we've come from basic balloons to the autonomous tech we have today. In today's video, let us have a look at 5 of the oldest war drones in the world. The Austrian balloons. The honor goes to the Austrian Empire. During the Siege of Venice in 1849, the Austrian military launched approximately 200 pilotless balloons loaded with 30 pounds of explosives each. They used paper balloons timed with fuses that would drop the bombs over the city. But it was a tactical failure. The wind changed direction, blowing the balloons back over the Austrian lines. This disaster is the reason modern drones rely so heavily on sophisticated guidance systems. The Ruston Proctor Aerial Target. In terms of a radio-controlled airplane, the first was the British Aerial Target. This drone was developed by Archibald Lowe, the father of radio guidance systems. It was designed to be a flying bomb to ram into German Zeppelins. On March 21, 1917, it became the first radio-controlled aircraft to fly under power. However, after several crashes and engine failures, the British military famously declared there was no future in the technology and scrapped the project. The Hewitt-Sperry Automatic Airplane. The Hewitt-Sperry was the U.S. Navy's parallel attempt at a flying bomb. It was built using a Curtiss N9 seaplane airframe. What made it special was the Sperry gyroscope. This was the first time an aircraft used an internal autopilot to maintain stability and a preset course without a human. It was designed to be catapulted from a ship or launched from a car, fly 50 to 100 miles, and then dive into an enemy ship or base. Although it never saw combat, it successfully proved that gyroscopic stabilization worked. This is the direct ancestor of the navigation systems in modern-day cruise missiles. The Kettering Bug. While the British were the first to use radio, the Americans created the first cruise missile-style drone, officially known as the Kettering Aerial Torpedo. Built by Charles Kettering with help from Orville Wright, it was made of wood, papier-mâché, and cardboard. It didn't use radio. Instead, a technician would calculate the number of engine revolutions needed to reach a target. When the engine hit that number, the wings would literally fall off, and the fuselage, packed with 180 pounds of explosives, would drop like a stone onto the enemy. The DH-82B Queen Bee. This is arguably the most important drone in history because it is why we call them drones. A modified de Havilland Tiger Moth biplane. It was the first returnable and reusable UAV. It was built for the Royal Navy to act as a target for anti-aircraft gunners. Unlike the suicide Kettering Bug, the Queen Bee was designed to fly, be shot at, and hopefully missed, and then land so it could be used again. Legend has it that when U.S. Admiral William H.P. Blandy saw a demonstration of the Queen Bee in 1935, he was so impressed that he ordered a similar program for the U.S. Navy. As a nod to the Queen Bee, the Americans started calling their versions drones, which is the term for a male worker bee. Over 400 of these drones were built. It proved that drones weren't just flying bombs, but essential air defense systems for the military. And these, my friends, are 5 of the oldest war drones that the history books hold in its pages. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, and see you again in the next one.